Welcome back to Garage 512, everybody. So a couple of things I want to share with you today, and I'm really excited. I have redesigned, with the help of Joe from Super 8, my logo, and I really like this. I love the Corvette piece. The Garage 512 is much more readable now. Initially, I went with an AC/DC kind of a font, and that was cool, but it does make it kind of hard to read. And so I figured I would redesign this whole thing, and then put it out there for you guys to buy. I would really appreciate if you support the channel. This would be a great way of doing so. I have not set up my online store yet, so give me a bit for that. But the plan is, this is the crew neck shirt, and it will have the check that box on the sleeve. I have hats, red and blue. I'll throw those up here so you can see those guys with the same branding. And then I've got a V-neck for the ladies, and I'll throw that up as well. That is the only shirt that I think ladies would probably like because it, got a little V in there for some cleavage. But, that would be kind of cool for the ladies. So really appreciate your support when I get that launched. You will be the second to know. And I will put it out there, and I'll put a QR code up there so you can, place your order directly. And I would really appreciate it and say thank you ahead of time. Really loving this new logo. So Joe, thank you very much for that. Oh snap! I actually forgot about the polo shirts. So the polo shirts are going to be rocking the same logos on the front and on the side sleeve. So don't forget about those. I've got these in black and blue. So that's going to be it for right now. Hopefully you guys like the merch, and as soon as I get an online store, I'll let you know. If you've got some suggestions, comment down below. Definitely need to set that up. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so about the video today. So had some work done. We've got Corvette Invasion happening this week, and Friday is like a preamble event, and then there's a car light show. So I really wanted to get the light package installed under the hood because everything's black inside, so you can't see anything at night. So I figured that would be a great opportunity to just, have that done while Joe is also installing the tow hook. And so I had this LG tow hook installed, and we'll talk about that. I'll show up some video. Me and John just did a walkthrough of everything, so I'll show that video here in a bit. But, I brought it up here for the tow hook because the car has been towed way too many times, and, trying to tow from underneath, can cause a problem, a bend, a breakage of the front spoiler. It's a hassle. It's a hassle to mount. This makes it so much easier. So I went with the Stealth tow hook. It came once, the one that's just straight out, like John has on his race car. But I really wanted something that was flexible, that would bend down, which was not cheap. So I've been sitting on those for a couple of months, and so I finally had that installed because you got to take the whole front bumper off, install that, mount that to the frame. So we did that, and by we, I mean John. All right, so he did the tow hook install, he did the lighting package, and then I had an issue with, and LMR brought this to my attention. It was like, it would almost feel like it bottomed out when you did the, when you ran over a bump. So it turned out this particular stock bushing was out for the driver's side. So I ordered a set of two because if one is bad, the other one's going out. So I ordered two bushings for the fronts. So Joe and John installed both of those guys. And so that's pretty much everything. So it was quite a lot. Boy, I wish I could do this stuff myself because the labor price was not cheap. But it was what I wanted. And it is Corvette Invasion, which only happens once every year. And this will be the first time I'll have my car there because last year, I had the car, but it was going through all the engine problems and it didn't have an engine and all the things. So check out those videos for that drama. But now that we're good, I think I am spent all the money I'm going to spend on this car for the rest of this year. We're just going to enjoy driving it and being at the track and doing race car things. All right, so check out these videos with me and John. Okay, so John is going to go over what he did with the car today. The biggest pain in the ass were these the engine lighting. So I'm just trying to get this set up for Corvette Invasion Friday night, which is their big car, or neon car show, right? The night show. And these finally worked. It was not an easy install. You can see I can do any number of different things, strobe, and choose the color. There's red. You got to point it right at it so it's line of sight, and then red. But anyway, so this engine kit was probably, I don't know, less than $200, probably 100 and something bucks. And the install was considerable. All right, so John, just kind of dog walk us through exactly what you did and how much of a pain in the ass it was.
So installing the lights, it wasn't that big of a deal. Just alcohol prep, ran the wires, and then I did have to connect the two strips together, solder and heat shrink them. Where I had a problem was the actual controller. When I ran it through the fused circuit into the controller, it literally ran for 2 minutes, maybe 3. Everything worked perfect, and then all of a sudden it just stopped working. And then I was looking at it, the main power going into the controller, I guess was shorted internally or something, because it started melting the wires. And I was like, what the heck? So then I ended up having to take the controller box apart, because I found that where the quick connect power goes in, was intermittently making contact. So I ended up having to solder and heat shrink directly onto the board to get it to work.
In here?
Yeah, inside the board.
So you take that out. Okay, yeah.
And I was like, because I was trying to finish it up for you, because I know you had the Corvette Invasion coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
But that actually was harder than putting the tow hook on and taking the bumper off and all that stuff. So
yeah, that little bit of. What about this little thing? It should be easy. It's just lights,
yeah, it's
right?
just lights. It's just power and ground, and you're good. But nah, it was a pain in the ass. Right there, I have it held in place because it's got a bad contact, but it is switching. So I'll just have to do some modifications to the little box right here. All right, I got it to work. I did my little bypass. This is my little soldering tool. But I got it bypassed so I don't have to use the quick connect. The quick connect, this thing is the one I think was shorted internally and melted that little harness that came with it. So for testing purposes, I pulled one of the ones I had off of a power cord that I had, and I plugged it in. That's the one I was plugging in to test it, and when I would jiggle it, it would intermittently work. So I just bypassed it, so it works. So now I just gotta put the connectors on, solder and heat shrink the connectors, put everything back together, and then mount it. So, man, I was sweating bullets for a second there.
Yeah, I would have just given up and said fuck it, but I do appreciate you sticking with it. But you said the tow hook, on the other hand.
Yeah, the tow hook. I mean, it's. I don't know if you got that from LG or who you got it from, but the LG. I mean, they make a great product.
And this is the stealth one that folds down.
Yeah. So, and it just goes through the grill, and just taping up the bumper and the fenders was pretty much basically all the prep work, because I know you had it PPF'd and all that.
Yeah.
And I had it all taped up and the protective plastic, so when I pulled the bumper off, nothing got damaged or scratched. And then just drilling into the bumper support and installing it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, the hardest part was the LED lights, believe it or not.
The fucking lights.
Yeah, so, but yeah.
And the spoiler, because I ordered a backup set, so which came with the side skirts and another front spoiler, and the front spoiler was cracked, and so we were going on ahead and replaced that when he took the bumper off.
Yeah, that was easy, 5 minutes or something. Just drill out a couple of rivets and then the 7mm bolts that hold it up. But yeah, that was this was easy compared to the LED lights.
Yeah, no shit. And then the side skirt that kept getting broken is now back together, which is awesome. I mean, just in time. And yeah, it looks great because the passenger side is perfect. The driver's side, this keeps breaking. But you mentioned the side skirt was a little too far forward.
So I think the reason that piece kept on breaking right here is because the side skirt was literally too far forward.
Yeah.
And it was the mating surface wasn't quite right, so I trimmed the back piece to where it made it in there better and more flush, and then just re-drilled the mounting holes through the skirt, and then just use the split pop rivets and put it back in, so that it looks good now. It may not even ever break again because it had so much stress in that corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, every time I took the LMR, that would get broken some kind of way, and it was just installed too far forward. So this works out. And LMR did not do the install; they sent it to a different company, so they're not a body shop. But yeah, this is cool. This all works now. That looks good. All I do is get this car washed for tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, but fucking weather is just not cooperating. It's gonna cry its eyes out any minute now. So we did tow hook, we did the engine lighting, we did this piece. Oh, and the shocks. And
oh yeah, the shock bushings.
We had the shock bushings were out on the driver's side, and I ordered 2 sets, so both fronts have new bushings in them, which is good. So yeah, I think we're golden, brother. I really appreciate you. So I will just wrap up with my close after this. See you guys. All right, so that's a wrap, guys. I'm enjoying this. I can't wait to get this to Bastrop tomorrow night for the the mini car show, right? The neon car show at night. But I've never done the Friday event before. I think we all go to dinner afterwards. But it's gonna be some guest speakers. There's gonna be a band. I believe they've got some food there, probably food trucks. So, and then I think it's from 9 to 9:30. There is the neon light car show piece. So that's why I spent the money getting the engine compartment lit, because everything is black by design underneath the hood, but that also means you can't see anything at night. So that's gonna look really cool. I'll probably set it on any number of different settings and just flash between the different lights. Maybe I'll just go straight white. Anyway, thank you for just tuning in, guys and gals. And again, stay tuned for the Birch store. It's gotta figure out how to get that set up, but I'm really loving this design. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are about the new logo, how it compares to the other one. Something you would buy? Let me know your thoughts. I appreciate your support. All right, take care. And as always, when it comes to your health care, get those yearly physicals. And remind the doctor to please check that PSA box on your blood form. I just had mine done just again, but that's the kind of thing you want to track, right? You want a baseline, and then you can track that stuff. It'll naturally go up, but you shouldn't have big spikes, okay? But you wouldn't know what a big spike was unless you actually started tracking your numbers. So stay on that. Make sure the doctor checked that box. They forgot every time I've been to the doctor. Hell, I forgot one time in 2022. So just stay on top of your health care, please. And remember, prostate cancer is survivable if you catch early. Check that box, y'all.
Hit play, let it roll. Garage 512 in control. Got the story on the screen, yeah, it's all me. Little rush in my chest when the car shake. Cutscenes, quick fade, E-gauge, upgrades. Every frame, every take, that's a heartbeat. Every like, every sub, that's a front seat.